would you like to remind what Deepak Menon mentioned at our first meeting?
Altogether, I have had a fun time in this meeting. I've enjoyed every segment of it, every moment of it. And I'm going to leave you with a quote from Baha'u'llah, who's the founder of the Baha'i faith. And he says, "It is not for him to pride himself who loveth his own country, but rather for him who loveth the whole world. The earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens." Clearly, this meeting has followed that same ethos, where we've got people from all over the world who've joined us in this meeting. And that's the ethos of Toastmasters International as well, where we have members from more than 143 countries together. So while we are divided by artificial boundaries, we are one together as Toastmasters. I wish you all the very best in these troubled times, and I know that you will again rebound with courage. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you.
So, dear members, we have come to the end. If you have got your wine glass, so you can join with me. Toastmasters is a place where leaders are made. If you want to become a leader, you need to know about each other. As one country, one world, that's what we do. With diversified members, diversified meeting roles, we learn about different countries, different cultures, different events. Simply put, we learn about each other. At one country, one world, we respect each other, grow with each other, and we try to make this world a better place. As a club, we made the rainbow that spans all over the world. One country, one world has made history. With hard work and vision, we have created a path. Now, all that is left to do is follow the path and enjoy the journey with fellow Toastmasters. Cheers. And back to you, Presiding Officer Maggie.
Thank you, Thanusha. What a great meeting. Thank you everyone for being here, being an active part of this club. And it has been a wonderful year celebration. And I've enjoyed the opportunity to get to know all the members of the club. At this time, I'd like to invite our guests to come back on screen and share with us what you thought. And hopefully you loved us so much that you'll come back and become a member of our club and add to our diversity. Who would like to go first?
I could go first. This is Romella here. I really didn't know what I was getting into. When Rosemary, my mentor, actually from the Dominica, she sent me the link. I thought it was just one of the clubs that she joined. But truly, this opened my eyes. I didn't realize this was like an international club and you had members from different countries. Now, coming from being a Generation X, we didn't really have any official training in terms of diversity, inclusion, accessibility. So these concepts are new. And now in our workplace, there's a lot of emphasis to close that gap. And I think this initiative that create this environment, I think it's really value added, especially now when there's a whole bunch of generation that have to learn about inclusivity and diversity outside of the school environment. I feel my kids are more empowered than I am, and still there's a gap for me to close when it comes to understanding other cultures and other, even just the styles, and even paying attention to disabilities that people might have, not just physical, mental, whatever, in whichever avenue. And I think coming to this club, it just opened my eyes to look at things differently. I love the fact that you have new roles. Like, I've attended advanced clubs before and I felt the structure was something I was comfortable with. But in this club, you introduced new roles, which in the beginning, I was a little bit confused as to what that role was about. But as I started listening, the role made sense. So those are really powerful roles. I think one of taking time to understand the message in the beginning with the inspirational master had to say is really empowering, because I can actually visualize it and now take it back into my everyday world. With regards to being the tourist of the day and the cultural master, there's a lot of diversity out there that we still need to learn. So taking some time to actually pay attention and listen to what people have to say from around the world, and carving that time in your meeting is really value added. And overall, I felt very comfortable as I was going through the meeting. I thought you guys have a very good setting over here, and it's really powerful. And there are a lot of Toastmasters out there that could benefit from this. So thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to attend this session, because I got a lot out of it today.
Thank you so much, Ramila. Thank you for all those kind words, and hopefully you'll come back and join us again. Who would like to go next?
I will.
Thank you, Neha.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be a part of this meeting today. It feels like home. And it was amazing to walk down memory lane today with what happened last year and the video by the president. Amazing. And great speakers today. Great speech by you, Toastmaster Maggie. And I had a wonderful time. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. And it's funny you say it's like home. Tanusha and I said that we were like parents. This was our baby. And we had 9.5 hour difference in our time zones. And with that, we traded shifts. He would be eating breakfast when I was going to bed, or I mean, our hours were all crazy, but we got to know each other really well, and it is home. So thank you for that. Who would like to go next?
I would like for you.
Fabiola?
Yeah. First of all, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And it does bring memory. I remember 1 year ago, I did receive a couple of invitations for attending this meeting, but my head was into dealing with district directorship of District 81, and I said, I don't have more space to put anything in. But it was always inspiring to see how this club was forming, and that was fascinating to me. And I'm a member of several clubs. One of them usually is also Sundays early in the mornings. And by the time it's finished, I'm going to bed and OCOW starts. So it's not easy all the time to visit, but whenever I have the time, I drop in. And it is an interesting club, advanced club, where indeed, as one of the visitors just said, with different things, new things for you to apply, and that makes it so interesting. So again, it's my pleasure to visit you.
Thank you, Fabiola. I understand being part of the trio is very time consuming. Many of us are not only part of the trio, we are trying to be part of the trio or past trio members. And many of us are distinguished Toastmasters. So we are busy, busy people. Yeah, Gerard, your time's coming. I see you waving up there. Your time is coming. Look, I got Paula going for it now. But it is a time consuming thing when you are in a higher leadership. However, this club offers so much, and it is worth the time. For me, I would rather sleep in some Sunday mornings, but I love this club, so it's a choice. Deanna, would you like to share something for a moment? Okay, go ahead. Thank you for being here, Deanna. We hope to see you again. Would anybody else like to share something? I know we have several guests on here. Angela, go ahead. The screen is yours.
Yes, I want to say happy anniversary. I did attend your charter ceremony, and it was a wonderful meeting today. Your speech, Maggie, was terrific, and everybody, memory lane with the table topics and just everything. It was lovely, and happy anniversary to this marvelous club.
Thank you. Well, since you were here part of our beginning and you're here now, you should become a member. Fill that gap and join us. Who else would like to share their
May I
thoughts?
not?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah. Happy anniversary to you all, and thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And also should thank Toastmaster Tinushi also. Toastmaster Tinushi sent me a message and asking, are you free around 5:30? I decided to sleep, but you know, in sleeping I will never take anything. I can rest. But when I was here, I could learn a lot of things. I thought that I am only getting something from physical meetings, but today I could realize I'm learning a lot of things through this virtual platform, because I can meet a lot of Toastmasters in all over the world, and because they are thinking out of the box, I'm learning a lot of things. So thank you so much. I really like to participate in future also, getting roles. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Over to you.
Right. Thank you so much for being here. My philosophy with sleep is you do it when you're old. While you're here, live life and enjoy it and embrace the diversity, as I said earlier. Who else would like to share thoughts? Any other guests?
May I?
Yes, please.
First of all, I must say a very happy anniversary to your club. And Toastmasters Tinushi invited me for this meeting again. And as same as Toastmaster Sandamali said, I was going to sleep today evening since I had work to do. But since it's a lot of work, I get quite sleepy with the work and really lazy to do to complete those work. And I really enjoyed the meeting today. Being the cultural master, I did enjoy how to share presentations and speak in front of a platform where I can meet many people all around the world. And I learned a lot. Thank you for the opportunity. And over to you.
Thank you for being here. That work will always be there. If you see my desk, it never ends. It's always there, but sometimes you just need to prioritize and be here in the moment and enjoy days like today. If there are no other guests who'd like to share, I'd like to open up to our members, since it is our 1-year anniversary, if there's any thoughts that you'd like to have before we close our meeting. Paul, I knew you'd be there. Here you go.
It was about 10 days before 365 days ago. And I was sitting in my kitchen in Cork, Ireland. I have a bar in the kitchen. I drink tea there often. And I don't often get, I do sometimes, I don't often get the program quality director in District 71 phoning me up. He interrupted my day. And I was very pleased about it, but I had absolutely no idea what he was going to invite me to do. So he said to me, Paul, how would you like to represent Ireland? Now, I tried to get on the Irish team when I was a child. I tried to go to the Olympics, but Daniel Sanders, who is going to be district director in District 71 next year, Daniel Sanders caught me off guard and I said, Paul, you're a very mature guy. This is your last chance to represent your country. So I said, Daniel, I don't care what it is. If it's the annual Tiddlywinks competition and Ireland needs a representative, I learn how to play. And if it's dubbers or marbles or anything like that, I'll even do fly fishing for Ireland. And he said, Paul, there are a huge number of countries around the world and there's only one person let go. And would you consider it? And I said, I hope you're not going to ask anybody else. I mean, where do I sign? I got there like that. I couldn't wait to get off the phone, tap on the link and whatever happened. And the rest is history. And, you know, that's a terrific example of what Maggie was talking about, which is that the way this club was put together was not by two people sitting down and saying, who do we know? It was by two people sitting down saying, who do we know and who do they know? Mm-hmm. And I would have passed my geography exam in primary school if I'd been a member of this club. I had no idea where Bonaire was. I had no idea where Curacao was. I could carry on. No, I did know where St. Lucia was because I once had a bus driver and I was the bus conductor and he was from St. Lucia and I know about St. Lucia. But okay, I could go on, as you know, but I learned geography from this club. But then it kind of got out of hand. So I went visiting the clubs that are here and the countries that are here. And I can't express more fondly and more accurately my love of what this club has done for me than to say, I just love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul. You definitely bring a lot of energy to this club and passion, and that I love. And Paul is right. This started with Thanusha and me talking, saying, who do you know? And I knew Daniel Sanders I met him at the convention in Denver. And then it became, who does that person know? And it did branch out from there. Would anybody else from any other members like to share any thoughts?
Yes.
Sariana?
I would like to say a huge thank you for, first of all, for organizing this, the first event and organizing this club. And a huge thank you to all the members who brighten up my Sunday afternoons every 2 weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sariana. I love your energy and your positive attitude that you bring to our club. Any other members?
Yes, Maggie.
Yes. Oh, Sonia, there you are. I'm looking
Yes.
on the screen there. Sonia?
Yes, I definitely remember the day you contacted me and invited me to this very first meeting that we are going to be hosting. But I almost missed out on the opportunity to become a member of this club because after I contacted several Caribbean members and we had the first meeting, when it was time for charter, I said, Maggie, I think I will pass. And the only reason I was going to pass is because I was expecting things would have returned to normal and it would have been my church service, my worship time at 8 to 10 in the morning. So I said, you know what, I will not be able to miss service, so I better miss out on this club. And then I realized things were getting worse. And so I said, you know what, Maggie, I have changed my mind. I'll come back on. And I'm really happy I came back on because now that service is via Zoom, I can attend my club meeting and then worship afterwards. And it has given me a great opportunity to experience diversity with our members from all over the world. And so I am really, really happy. It's really great memories to be here and to share with everyone. Thank you, Maggie, once again for inviting me, and you and Tanisha for setting up this club. And I wish us all the best for many, many years.
Thank you, Sonia. I'm glad you found the time and felt that we were important to be here. Would any other members like to share anything?
Can I share something?
Yes. Is that Biddy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would like to really, deep from my heart, I would like to say thank you to all the executive committee for all of your hard work for the past 1 year, and give you a big round of applause first. And我愛你哋, I love you all. I was talking about speaking in Cantonese just now. Because I'm so sorry because after you know the pandemic and some of my family matters that I wasn't really active in the second half of the year, but I think I will come back because I will be making a move somewhere closer to Paul. I will be moving to England.
Oh, nice.
2 weeks time.
Nice. Well, Biddy, we look forward to having you back with our club.
Yeah, me and Joyce, my daughter, will be moving to England on the 10th of May. Wish us luck and get onto the plane. So I feel so sorry for the executive committee because I promised to do some work which I cannot keep my promise for the second half of the year. But I would like to ask for your forgiveness And I promise that maybe after I settle down, I would like to participate more. And I feel so, today actually I'm still packing, but I think this is first anniversary and I really miss you all. So that's why I'm sorry, I'm turning on the Zoom, and at the same time while I was packing. And thank you to our table topic master for asking me to do a speech just now. It is meaningful to me that one country, one world is very meaningful, that I meet so many excellent and awesome people from all over the world in the Toastmasters journey, and also the community, which I am very proud of for my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Biddy, for being here. And we understand, I felt it was hard for me to keep up with my role as VPE this year. And Sarinka and Nush have helped me tremendously with that, because it is very, very challenging to keep up, especially being on the trio. Are there any other members that'd like to share anything before I close this meeting? Gerard?
Yeah, well, I just have to say, I was so devastated that I actually missed the very first meeting, the one that people attended from all around the world, the one that led to the seeds of One Country, One World, the club formation. But since I came to the first meeting, I was hooked. I was fascinated by the idea that so many people from so many countries could be connected and engaged online. And I'm not sure what the count is, but it's an incredible amount of countries represented in the club membership. I thought it's fabulous. And if you look back a year, and I was doing this with other clubs and divisions, but just how far we've all come. Some of it has been about survival, but this has all been about growth, and it's something novel, something new. And it really is a credit to Tanusha and yourself, Maggie, that you had that vision to go out there and get this club off the ground. But the little things, the little thing I love is that even though we're meeting online, I feel like over the last year, I've got to know every single person quite well, our members. And I love the warmth in the room and the welcome that guests give. It's just a wonderful club. And most of all, you come away with an education, as Paul says, in geography, but also we learn some tips and tricks on Toastmasters. I just love being part of this club, and I'm very proud of the club on its first anniversary, and especially just love all the members. They're a great club. So that's my little bit.
Thank you, Gerard. I agree. It is the little things. We all have struggles, as Tim Wilson mentioned. We all have struggles in everyday life. But when you bring together people like this from all over the world, we forget those. We remember that we're all human and that we all have a love for life. And there's so much that we can learn from each other. I'd like to ask Tim to speak, and then Annie, I'm going to ask you to speak. You may not, and Valerie. Annie, I'm not. I know you didn't raise your hand, but I'm still going to ask you. Tim, we'll start with you.
So firstly, I'd like to extend a huge congratulations to the executive committee, but also I just love connecting with the members. The members here really see their love and passion towards public speaking, and the efforts they go in delivering their speeches and the feedback is really high class. And when you're part of a group that's really passionate about excellence, you want to also develop and extend yourself as well. So having the guest speakers come on board, the feedback and the speeches get delivered is a real pleasure to be part of this group, and just connecting and hearing your stories is a real privilege. So I'll just pass on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. I look forward to seeing you at another convention, or perhaps come down to Australia to meet you. Let me have Valerie speak, and then if there's anybody else, I'm going to save Annie for last, the icing on the cake. Valerie?
I just wanted to thank Maud for introducing me to this club. I also would like to thank Maggie, and as well as our president, for just conceiving this idea and putting it in motion. Of course, we've all come together for the reason of improving our public speaking skills and practicing our leadership skills. Yes, that's a given. But what we've all learned in this process is the commonalities that we have in other areas. I think we all have a passion for travel. And this is one way that we can travel without having to buy a plane ticket. And I just think it's fantastic. And I just would like to say that I'm really excited that this is the 1-year anniversary. So thank you all.
Thank you, Valerie. Joan, would you like to say anything? Joan is a fellow District 66 member, and I actually got to know Joan much better here than I have in the past 5 years being in my own district.
I'm with you on that. And again, 1 + 1 is 2, but then after that, man, it gets an explosion of numbers, which I think is the magic. One of the magical things about OCOW. Maggie asked me if I would like to, come into a meeting 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, and I went, and I'm going to disagree about that sleep thing. I am such a sleep child, but that's probably another speech. Nonetheless, I can't tell you how much, and I'm very passionate about Toastmasters. I'm going to get a little emotional, how much this group has helped me by listening to you all and by hearing your casual conversations as we open the meeting, supporting, challenging, encouraging. And again, as I've shared before, maybe in casual conversation, my parents are first-generation Americans, and we had so many international friends growing up in Pittsburgh. It's just a thrill and a sheer joy to be able to open the world again for me through wherever and your homes where you live. So there have been so many joys and pleasures despite the 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And I thank Maggie for the invitation. I thank you all for allowing me to be a member.
Thank you, Joan. For the record, I will be taking a nap today. I have 2 other meetings. I have a district executive committee meeting and then a drive run for our conference next week. Deanna, would you like to say something briefly? Go right ahead. All right. Thank you, Deanna. Nush, would you like to share anything? You were one of our charter members as well.
Yeah, I'm glad I made the right decision when Selena invited me to join, and I signed up right away, like I mentioned earlier. And I met a lot of friends here and feel very supported. Thank you.
Thank you, Nush, for being here. And thank you for all the great flyers you've been making as our PR person. You've done a fabulous job. And I know you're busy because you're on the trio as well. All right. Anybody else before I turn things over to Annie, because I'd like to have Annie be our last person to speak. Last call. Anyone else? All right, Annie, the screen is yours.
Thank you. It's such an honor. Thank you, everyone. I'm so honored to be the last person to say something on this. Congratulations on the first anniversary of OCOW. And I have to say, I have to appreciate the moment that when Tanusha connected me on Facebook. So I was a very shy person. I didn't understand why this Sri Lanka guy wanted to talk to me. But everything just unfolded so amazingly, and we had the 2 meetings, right? And at the point, there was the question, can we form a club? I was the one who raised my hand. Yes, 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 please, please, please. I thought it's a fantastic idea. We're gonna have to keep it go longer. And Maggie and Tanusha already put in the seed. And now we are seeing it growing and growing and growing. I really have a great vision of this club, and we will become something that we couldn't imagine before the COVID, right? We are crossing the border. We don't see each other on our differences, but we celebrate our differences, but we see our similarity for our personal growth. Life is suffering, so what, right? We need to enjoy and celebrate it regardlessly. So I'm so glad to meet everybody who have this similar mindset together, and we're having a wonderful time every other Sunday. But we're gonna have a great thing coming up as well, and more new thing, new role, and exciting moment in the future. So glad to be with you.
Thank you, Annie. For those of you who are not in our WhatsApp group, if you could reach out to us on Facebook, or to any of us who can get it back to Tanusha or me or Annie, we will add you to our list. And we have lots of meetings coming up. I think I already set up the general evaluator and the Toastmaster for the following meeting. If you've taken pictures, you can put them in the WhatsApp group, and then I will let Tanusha and Nush handle that as far as any public relations they like to do. At this time, I'm going to close out the meeting, stop the recording, and then stay online if anybody would like to socialize. I see lots of things going on in the chat and I can't keep up with that. But this time I'm going to adjourn our meetings,